I always wanted to be muscular, or at least not skinny. Since I was a little kid, I remember from the start, whether it was family members or friends, I was always labeled skinny from the start. But this wasn't really an issue because, well, I was a kid. But now, as a skinny or a fat kid, this might be something that you relate to. When you hit puberty or got a little older, maybe 13, 14 years old, suddenly it really mattered. I couldn't understand or fathom why I was skinny because, number one, I was under the delusion that I was skinny, but I just had fast metabolism. I was just eating a lot, but it just wasn't making a difference. And number two, I believed it was either this or being fat, and that being muscular was just something that took way too long and it wasn't worth it. But then I reached a point at around 15 years old when I realized that I should be weight training by this point. I should be exercising, lifting weights, eating, but I was just under this weird. This phase was, I guess, more of a coping phase. I wasn't happy with my physique, but I just kept delaying and delaying simply because I thought it was too long of a process to give any time to. It was just not worth it. Today, I want to tell you why that's a lie. Why you've been lied to by some idiot at some point who told you it wasn't worth it, who told you that it just takes too long, it's something you can commit to later in your life. It's all a lie. At around 17 years old, I decided I'm going to start making the change. And from then till now, 3 years, and I've only made uphill progress. You see, you may have heard that muscle building is something that takes years to show. And that is true to an extent. But that's just to look properly big, striated, and well trained. Like this guy's got a lot of experience. But the truth is, not being skinny or not being fat, that breaking out of that takes a matter of months. 3 to 5 months. Less than half a year. And I have anecdotal evidence of that, which you can discount or not. It's up to you. At the end of the day, you either take my advice and see those changes, or you can continue living in the cope phase that I was 5 years ago. December 2020, I weighed an all-time high. That's right, an all-time high of 60 kilograms at 180 centimeters tall. And I trained alone. I sucked at training. I trained a maximum of 3 times a week, usually two, if I'm being honest with myself. I had very bad athleticism. I skipped legs often. But here's the thing. Here's the dividing line. I was consistent with training, despite, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, doesn't matter. I was consistent. Not only with that, but with also tracking my calories. So guess what? 5 months later, May 2021, I weighed 70 kilograms. With my shoulders starting to fill shirts and my waist size hardly changing at all. And by this time, I had received an unbelievable level of positive response from everyone, the kind that I know you're after. And I was no longer skinny. So why am I telling you this? I want to take down this false idea you have in your head that you think muscle building or fat loss is a long, difficult process, and yes, it's hard. Long-term results especially, it takes a long time. But to stop being skinny or to stop being obese, it takes a matter of months, like I've proven to you. Now just imagine if I had followed a better diet like you should, a better training plan like you should, and I didn't skip anything. Do you think it would have taken me more or less than 5 months? So, despite reinforcing the fact that it is a difficult and long process and a path that I am still on, I'm also going to inform you or potentially remind you it doesn't take that long. You should start now, and you will be a different person in 5 months. So if you want to get started, I'm going to put a sample training plan that I would recommend into the description. Have a look at each of these exercises on YouTube or something, and then stick to it. Not only that, but you should then download a calorie calculator or calorie counter, sorry, like Lose It or MyFitnessPal or whatever, for 30 days and build that momentum of eating more. So beyond that 30 days, you keep eating the same that you were in those ideal 30 days. I promise you, you will not be the same person after that 3 to 5 month period. I promise you that. So remember what I'm telling you, my friend. Do not give up and never take one step back.